Hey, what's going on, everybody, and welcome back to another Blu-ray collection update and unboxing. If y'all don't know me, my name is David, and I review movies over at CinemaDeviant.com. I started doing this as a way to give people a heads up as to what's coming out now and in the upcoming weeks as far as Blu-rays and DVDs go. Now, as always, as I always say, we have a lot to take a look at, so let's jump right in, shall we? Alright, first up, we have The Man Who Killed Hitler and Then the Bigfoot, starring Sam Elliott. Now, legitimately, the title is kind of what happens in this movie. Like, straightforward, no lie. But this movie is so much more than that as well. You know, there's a lot of depth to this movie. A lot more than I really expected, to be perfectly honest with you. It was kind of like, whoa, okay, it's like an onion. There's layers, guys, to this movie. And I loved it. I absolutely loved it. Sam Elliott, and I said it before and I'll say it again, Sam Elliott is a national effing treasure. I mean, he is amazing. And just seeing him, you know, perform, it's another level, man. It really is. Like, everything. It is as crazy as the title to this movie is. I mean, you're seeing him, you know, give this masterclass in acting, really. I mean, and he's amazing. Like, everything about him is just amazing. Love it. And if you see this movie just for Sam Elliott, like, you're not going to be disappointed. It's fantastic. And then here goes the back here. If you guys want to know what it's about, and then check out the special features as well. Again, really, this was a movie that came out of left field for me. I wanted to see it just because of the title. I love, like, long, weird titles like that. But yeah, so watching it, it was just like, okay, wow. It's like, okay, I was kind of taken aback a little bit. But really great movie. And then here you have the disc art there, which is essentially just the cover. And the one thing that I loved about this is that it does have alternate artwork. Fantastic. And I like both covers a lot. This cover might be my favorite, though. Fantastic. Love it. And I like that they did that. You know, there's not a lot of other companies besides, like, Arrow and things like that do that very often. And that's something that maybe people should, you know, other studios or whatever should start looking into. And then here goes the front, back, and spine for The Man Who Killed Hitler and Then the Bigfoot. And this one is out now from RLJ Entertainment. I highly suggest checking this one out. It's really cool. It's kind of out there a little bit, but it's a fantastic movie nonetheless. Next up, we have Nancy Drew in the Hidden Staircase, starring Sophia Lillis, as you can see here. Now, you may remember her from It, the It remake. She was actually really to me, the whole cast of kids were fantastic, but she really gave a great performance as well. Nancy Drew, if you don't know, it's kind of like a detective-y kind of a, franchise. I remember reading some Nancy Drew books, to be honest, when I was a kid in elementary school. And then I think they did do a Nancy Drew movie previously with, like, I think it was Emma Roberts, if I remember correctly. And I never saw that one, but I always like, you know, these kind of movies. It's a movie that you can really see with a family. You know what I mean? Now, this movie, there's a mystery, you know, going on. Obviously, it's like Scooby-Doo, just without the talking dog, essentially. To be honest, there's a mystery that's going on about a haunted house and things like that. And the way it plays out literally like an episode of Scooby-Doo. But I was kind of surprised at how deep it kind of went. It went a little bit more adult. I don't want to say adult, but a little bit more serious than what I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be a lot of, like, slapsticky kind of humor and things like that. And there was some of that, but it wasn't as much as I thought. So it's a little bit more on the more serious side. But there is, you know, some fun stuff that happens, some fun family comedy as well. And then here goes the back here, if you guys don't know what it's about. And I enjoyed this one quite a bit. I actually really did. Special features as well. All right, let's go ahead and pop this open. It does come with digital copy. And I can't remember if I redeemed this one or not, or if I gave this one to my brother. But if it is redeemable, you guys can have that one. All right. Hopefully it is. And then it does have here, there's no interior artwork or anything like that. DVD on this side, Blu-ray on this side. I did think it was a little weird to have just green, you know, on the disc art, which is a little odd, but that's okay. I mean, and then here goes the front, back, and spine for Nancy Drew and the Hidden Staircase. And this one is out now as well from Warner Brothers Home Entertainment. All right. Again, another fun movie. I thought Sophia Lillis was fantastic in this one as well. Great movie. All right, next up, we have a movie that I was anticipating for a while. I never got a chance to see it in theaters, so I was so hyped to watch it. And that is The Mule, starring Clint Eastwood. On 4K. It does have 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray and digital copy. As you can see here. Directed by the man himself, Clint Eastwood as well. And it does have Bradley Cooper in there. This movie was great. It was really, really good. You have a man that's a little older, that's down and out, down on his luck. And he gets thrown into a situation where, it's kind of like, I don't want to say he was so naive, but it kind of did happen that way. But then, the ball started rolling. He got in, and it's kind of like the typical, movie trope where you get caught up and you go deeper and deeper into the rabbit hole until it's hard to climb back out. You know what I mean? And that's kind of the situation that happens here. I don't want to say too much. But fantastic movie. Clint Eastwood, you can just see that he's just, obviously, he's a seasoned actor, seasoned director now, and he's still a powerhouse. He's fantastic. And Bradley Cooper gives a fantastic performance as well. I really enjoyed watching him in this movie. I do feel like towards the end, towards the third act, there was a moment where it felt rushed. And there was things that maybe could have been stretched out a little bit more, or scenes that maybe could have been included that would have given the main character a little bit more depth, at least. And I by the time it was over, I was like, oh wow, it's already it's done. That was kind of quick. The whole final final sequence and things like that, I felt like it could have been stretched out just a little bit more. I think they were just trying to wrap it up really quickly, and it felt a little weird. But phenomenal movie nonetheless, really great. Here goes the back here if you guys don't know what it's about. All right, special features are there as well. Let's pop this open. It does have digital copy. And then here we do have the Blu-ray on this side, and then the 4K on this side. No disc art, none needed. Especially for this movie, no disc art is needed whatsoever. And then here goes the front, back, and spine for The Mule. And this one is out now from Warner Brothers Studios Home Entertainment as well. Phenomenal movie, man. This is another one I highly recommend checking out. Really, really great. It's very seldom that Clint Eastwood makes a bad movie. And this one is right up there with the super great ones that he's done. Next up, we have a movie that I enjoyed quite a bit. And I will say that the franchise that this belongs into, it's been a very long time since I really, really enjoyed one of these movies. And that is Bumblebee. Fantastic movie, man. And I will be perfectly honest that, again, the first Transformers was my favorite. I've seen them all. But all the other ones kind of just fell on the wayside for me. And it was more like, I've seen them. If they're on TV, I'll probably watch them. But, there was just, I felt a lot of them were too busy. You know what I mean? My biggest gripe was the Transformers themselves and how when there was a fight, they were just rumbling around. It just looked like a ball of metal. This one is just so phenomenal. it really is the best in the franchise thus far. I want to say maybe even topping the first one. To be honest. We see Bumblebee, head to Earth for the first time, kind of like looking around. I guess more or less kind of like prepping, like scouting out, and stuff. And it was such a great experience watching this movie. So fun. I watched it with my son, and we freaked out when we saw the original G1 Transformers. We're just like, oh my God, that's what I want in a Transformer movie. Both of us. He was like, those are the Transformers, not the ones in the other movie. And he's 8, and he gets it. You know what I mean? So, I mean, it was just, it was so exciting to see that. And then to have Bumblebee, them show the origin of what happened to Bumblebee in the other movies was really great as well. And I thought it was great all around. John Cena was actually really, really good. John Cena is starting to get better and better as an actor with every performance that he gives. It may be an unpopular opinion, but it's true. I really do feel that way about John Cena, and I don't even like him as a wrestler very much. but yeah, fantastic. And Haley Steinfeld did amazing as well. Great movie all around. And then here goes the back here. I really do hope that they continue down this route, and we see more. See, look right there, and we see more of the G1 Transformers designs and things like that coming more into light, because those are the Transformers that everybody wants to see. Not something that's super redesigned and super different. I mean, different's good. It's not a bad thing, but when you stray so far from the original, it gets a little weird. It did come with this cool comic book as well. It's a cool little graphic novel. And this kind of shows a little bit more, a further adventure of Bumblebee. And then the amazing Soundwave there. Fantastic. He's my favorite Decepticon. I used to have an actual original Soundwave as a kid. Tell me where it's at. Ask me where it's at. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. But let's go ahead and check this out. And then it does come with digital copy as well. And then here goes the Blu-ray on this side. 4K on this side. Fantastic. And then here goes the front, back, and spine for Bumblebee on 4K Ultra HD. And this one is out now from Paramount. All right. Now, this movie, again, it is such a great movie. And a movie like this was made to be watched on 4K. Paramount has done a pretty darn good job, especially in recent years, at putting out great 4K transfers. And this one is no different. Big popcorn movies like this are made to be seen on 4K. I thought it was, again, fantastic. Fantastic movie nonetheless. All right, next up, we have Hellboy. And this is the animated Hellboy. It does include Sword of Storms and Blood and Iron. Now, I remember seeing these when they first came out on DVD. And this is on 4K Ultra HD. There's a 4K, Blu-ray, and digital copy. And I enjoyed them quite a bit. So revisiting them again was a treat. It really was. It's such a fun world that Hellboy is in. And I've been hearing some stuff about the new one. So I'm reserving my opinion on that until I watch it later. But the original Hellboy movies were fantastic. And you have, Ron Perlman, which I feel like is Hellboy. They all return, all the original actors, the voices return for these animated movies, which was, again, really cool. I like that. Normally with animated features, they'll, get like a voice duplicate to voice the characters. But no, they had the original actors come back in for these movies. All right, and here goes the back here, if you guys don't know what it's about. Really, really great. And then there goes, the special features are kind of small, but pause that there maybe. All right, let's go ahead and pop this open. Does come with digital copy. And then here we have, and I like this. This is cool. 2 different discards. So we have Blu-ray over here, 4K over here on this side. Fantastic. Really, really good. They're really fun watches, you know. I mean, it's really, really easy watch to go through them. And here goes the front, back, and spine for Hellboy Animated. This one is on 4K Ultra HD. It is out now from Lionsgate. Really, really good. And I don't think that it's that expensive. I want to say it's like, I think $17.99, something like that, if I remember correctly. So really good pickup. I really enjoyed, again, watching those. And I'm probably going to end up watching them again pretty soon. Next up, we have Welcome to Marwen, starring Steve Carell. Now, this one was one that I had been wanting to watch too, because I dipped my toes in toy photography a little bit. So as soon as I saw, this movie was about that, I genuinely wanted to see it. And then Steve Carell always gives fantastic performances, especially in the drama field, drama genre. And essentially, there's a guy that goes through a certain kind of trauma. And the only way to deal with it, to cope, is, he invents his world with these toys and takes pictures of them and things like that. There's a lot more than that, but I really do highly suggest checking this one out. I want you guys to see this one if you haven't. If you're in the mood for a drama, then I highly recommend checking this one out. Here goes the back here. If you guys don't know what it's about, I'll probably give you a little bit more information. But phenomenal movie, and just fantastically directed, fantastically shot. Robert Zemeckis he's another national treasure. And he's so inventive, so unique with his approach to filmmaking that I'm like, man, what is this guy going to come up with next? So I highly recommend checking this one out. All right, it does come with digital copy as well. And then here we have the DVD on this side, and then the Blu-ray on this side. So we do have the little Blu-ray logo there at the bottom, but essentially same color for the disc art. And then here goes the front, back, and spine for Welcome to Marwen, and this one is out now from Universal Studios Home Entertainment. Really great movie, man. Steve Carell does, everybody in the movie is great, but Steve Carell really does knock it out of the park, I think. Next up, we have a movie that I've heard mixed reactions for. And I did a video already unboxing it maybe like actually one video back. Now that I'm thinking about it. And and that's for Glass on 4K Ultra HD. It does have 4K Ultra HD, Blu-ray, and digital copy. So you can see here, this one has a different cover here. Some nice embossing there on the title, and right here along the shattered pieces. Really, really nice. You can probably see that there. Really cool. I like that. Now, again, this movie was got a lot of mixed reactions. I've come across people that have said it's amazing, it's really, really good, and then I've come across people that have said it's the worst. It's the worst one. Because it's supposed to be, it's the ending of a trilogy, starting with Unbreakable, Split, and then Glass. I fall in the category of, I'm gonna leave y'all hanging a little bit, of loving it. I really love this movie a lot. I thought it was really good. It was a nice continuation, a nice continuation of the story that came previously, and a nice ending to this story arc. I am a big lover of comics, so I could see where they're going with this, and I think that's where a lot of people were just like, oh, that's weird the way they were ending it, or the way things happened. Without giving without giving any spoilers, all I'm gonna say is I could see their point in what they were doing with the story, because literally this story arc was coming to a close, but literally it was leaving the door or the window a little open for maybe more stories to be created in this little universe here. there's certain, I'm trying to pick my words wisely. There were certain things that were introduced that I feel like could be an opening to, something else, possibly. And I think people just looked at it as, oh, they're being lazy about it. No, I really do feel like he was being intentional with what he was doing in this movie. And I guess it kind of rubbed people, the wrong way or a little weird. I thought it was genius. I thought it was great. And I've been waiting for something like this to happen for a good while now. And I was anticipating this movie to be, kind of the ending to this overall story arc here. But yeah, so I'm excited to see, hopefully, I'm crossing my fingers, hopefully, something is produced out of this as well. It played out just like a comic book. I mean, it really did. Just a little darker. You know what I mean? But I thought it was really clever the way things kind of play out in the movie. That's all I'll say. All right, here goes the back here. You guys don't know what it's about. And then the special features as well. I didn't want to ramble too much either. Let's go ahead and open this up. All right, it does have digital copy. And then here goes the Blu-ray on this side. And then the 4K on this side. Like that disc art there. It's really cool. And then here goes the front, back, and spine for Glass. And this one is out April 16th from Universal Studios Home Entertainment. All right. And there's still time. You guys can sign up over there on highdefninja.com to enter to win an autographed steelbook copy of Glass. So be sure to do that as soon as you can. All right. Next up, we have Man on a Ledge on 4K Ultra HD. It does have 4K Ultra HD, Blu-ray, and digital copy. Starring Sam Worthington. Now, I hadn't seen this movie in a while. So it was cool to revisit it again. And I remember why I liked it. After watching it, I remember why I liked it, the first time. And it was just so... It starts off very abrupt. And it's very kind of like, whoa, okay, what's happening here? And then little by little, as you watch the movie, everything starts playing out and unfolding. And then it unfolds in a way that maybe you don't entirely expect. And I thought it was great. I thought it was a great, kind of like a great thriller, great mystery type of movie. But fantastic performance by Sam Worthington. I don't say that a lot, to be perfectly honest. But great. And Elizabeth Banks is in it, and so is Jamie Bell. Fantastic movie. Here we go. Here's the back here. You guys don't know what it's about. And the special features as well. Now, as far as it being on 4K, honestly, I couldn't see... I could see some improvements, but nothing major. I'll say that. It's improved a little bit from the Blu-ray, but nothing too crazy, All right, here goes digital copy as well. And here goes the Blu-ray on this side, 4K on this side. Does have disc art, which is essentially it's just the cover. And then here goes the front, back, and spine for Man on a Ledge. And this one is out now from Lionsgate. All right. Lionsgate's been doing a really good job at putting out, like, back catalog titles on 4K. I guess the only thing, like I said, with this one is that sometimes they don't look that much different than the Blu-ray version. I'm still waiting to see, like, that really, really impressive title eventually. And I think it's coming. I have a feeling it's coming. Anyway, next up, we have Accident. And this one is starring nobody that I know, to be honest with you. But I love giving these type of movies a chance, just because, you have a premise that seems very appealing, seems very cool. And then a lot of times, you'll get surprised and they'll knock it out of the park. In this case, kind of didn't. It kills me to say that, because I pride myself in trying to see the positive in every movie made. just because, you know, I mean, a lot of work goes into filmmaking. I see that, and I'm very appreciative of that. This movie, however, does have a really promising premise. Try saying that like 5 times fast. Does have a really promising premise, and I think everything that they tried to do with this movie, they tried to put a lot of bells and whistles on it, and it just really overshadows like everything, to be honest. And it's really disappointing to see that, because I really feel like if maybe they were more practical in certain cases, I'll just come right out and say it. The film uses a lot of CG, like a lot, and it's unnecessary. It was totally unnecessary for a movie like this. This is a movie that kind of takes place in there's an accident that happens and people get trapped in this car, but there's all these other factors that get thrown in and revelations that happen that are like, why? Why? And essentially it's a one location story for the most part. And, you know, I love those. I love those kind of movies just because it makes the filmmaker get very creative on how to create tension and how to create suspense and things like that. And they kind of dropped the ball on it a bit, and they went a little too far. They tried to throw too much at the movie at once, and it just did not work, unfortunately. It pains me to really like talk about a movie like this, but it's so true. I mean, I if you're still curious about it, I urge you to watch it, because again, movies are all about experience. But it didn't do it for me, unfortunately. Here goes the back here. If you guys want to check out what it's about. All right. And then it does have like this little flyer thing on the inside. And then here goes the Blu-ray. Right here. It has shattered glass and things like that. And then here goes the front, back, and spine for Accident. And this one is out now from Well Go USA Entertainment. All right. And like I said, again, if you're curious about it, you still want to check it out for yourself and form your own opinion, I highly urge you to do that. Check out this movie and see if maybe I'm wrong. You know what I mean? Maybe you enjoyed it, or maybe you noticed something that I missed, you know, that really made it better for you. Anyway, so yeah. I don't know. Next up, we have Sheena, and this is part of the Mill Creek retro covers here, starring Tanya Roberts. See here, I love these covers, man. I know that, you know, we see them a lot and things like that, but it's just so cool. And then they even have like the original like spine, but then when you put it on a shelf, it has like the VHS spine right there. That's really, really neat. I think that's a really nice touch. And seeing them all on your shelf like that is pretty cool. It really is. But yeah, fantastic right here. See this? I haven't seen this movie in a long time. Like, really long time. But I plan on checking it out, and I can't wait to check it out and revisit it again. Here goes the back here, if you guys don't know what it's about. Starring Tanya Roberts. You may remember her as, what's her name's mom from That 70s Show? I can't remember. The neighbor girl, her mom. Why can't I remember her name? That's so weird, because I love That 70s Show. And here goes the original cover here for Sheena, and then the original backing as well. And there goes some disc art there. Fantastic. And then the front, back, and spine for Sheena. And this one is out now from Mill Creek Entertainment. And man, Mill Creek's been killing it lately. They've been putting out some amazing stuff. And I like, you know, that they're dipping into their back catalog stuff that they've maybe already released, but then they're making it brand new again with these retro covers. Next up is another one. The Legend of Billie Jean. Right here. Starring, oh my god, what's her name? Helen Slater. Supergirl. Fantastic. Then here goes the back here. All right. I wonder who has the distribution rights for Supergirl. That'd be pretty cool to see something like that in one of these. And then here goes the original cover. And the backing as well. Fantastic. All right. And this is another movie, again, I have seen this. I've seen this one a lot more recently than Sheena. But this one was a fun watch as well. I actually really enjoyed it. And then here goes some disc art there. Essentially just the cover. Really nice. And then here goes the front, back, and spine for The Legend of Billie Jean. And this one is out now from Mill Creek. All right. And here we have another one. Neighbors. All right. And this one starring Dan Aykroyd and John Belushi. Actually, this one is one that I don't remember watching. And I love Dan Aykroyd and John Belushi, so I cannot wait to check this one out. There's a possibility that I'm going to watch it and be like, oh, okay, I remember this movie. So I'm going to keep that in mind as well. And then again, here's the spine right there, and then the VHS spine on the other side, which again, nice touch, Mill Creek, fantastic. And then here goes the back here. All right, let's go ahead and pop this open. And then here goes the original cover for this one. And then the original back as well, which is essentially the cover that we just saw. All right. And here we have crazy looking Dan Aykroyd over there on the disc art. Fantastic. And then here goes the front, back, and spine for Neighbors. And this one is out now as well from Mill Creek Entertainment. I am excited for the 90s ones that they're going to be doing. They're going to be putting out a set of 90s retro Blu-rays and things like that. I cannot wait for those. I am super, super stoked for those. Cannot wait. All right, and I think, yeah, I said this one is out now as well. But look, this is what I mean. When you put them on a shelf together, that's what they look like. And that goes with all the other ones that they previously released. They all have like that alternate spine on them that just looks super cool, just sitting on a shelf like that. So just flip them around. I know you kind of have like this urge to put them in here like a certain way. I would suggest flipping them the other way and have the VHS spines showing. Really nice touch. All right, next up we have Queens of Scream 3-movie collection on Blu-ray and DVD. I Know What You Did Last Summer, Vacancy, and When a Stranger Calls. These actually are some of my favorite, 90s horror movies. These are really, really great. I think, did Vacancy come out in the 90s? Now I'm second guessing myself. I think this was 2000s or something like that. Or like, yeah, early 2000s. Actually, I think When a Stranger Calls is also another one from the 2000s. So I'll just backtrack on what I just said. But these are some of my favorite ones that I like watching. The remake of When a Stranger Calls was really good as well. And let's see, this is a 3-movie collection. I've said it before that in the past that I was like, you know what, I don't like these collections that are just all on one disc kind of thing. And I've grown to like them a lot more now, because there are some, especially with shelf space becoming an issue at some point. I think it is a nice touch to just have them all on one disc. Now, I know sometimes, and I don't know if this is true in this case, sometimes the encoding, the video encoding of certain movies does kind of diminish just a little bit, like the quality diminishes because of the video encoding. But in the ones that I've seen so far from Mill Creek, that hasn't been an issue. So that's why I was like, you know what? Okay. I'll give these a shot more and more lately. But anyway, so here we have the DVD on this side in red, and then the Blu-ray in this side in black. Fantastic. Vacancy, and actually, I will say Vacancy was one of the first, I want to say that was one of the first movies that I saw with my wife before she was my wife. So anyway, here goes the front, back, and spine for the Queens of Scream. And this one is out now from Mill Creek Entertainment. All right. Fantastic. Again, Mill Creek just killing it, man. Killing it. Next up, and lastly, we have Second Act, starring Jennifer Lopez. Now, this is another movie that I don't normally watch Jennifer Lopez movies, especially these Jennifer Lopez comedies, believe it or not. I don't typically, but, you know, I wanted to give this one a chance. You know what I did? So I popped it in, and I watched it, and I was like, okay, they are describing this movie as an inspirational comedy, and it most definitely is that. But then there's a moment where it takes a turn, a weird turn that I didn't expect, and it kind of threw me off, and it took me out of the movie a bit, because I'm like, why did this come up? If this was just a straightforward movie of what the first part, you know, was kind of leading into, then I think it would have been much, much better. And I think maybe I would have enjoyed it a little bit more. Not that I didn't enjoy it, because there were some good moments in this movie, and it does have heart to it. Which, if you're going to do a movie like that, then you got to have it. You got to have it in there. You know what I mean? Because there would be no connection to the main character. But I just thought it was very odd. And the way that it came, the revelation of this moment, the way it came out was just really kind of off-putting to me. Not in a disgusting kind of way, but it was more of like just like, that was weird. Like, it was just, the pace of it and the way it happened, it was just really odd. Trust me on that one. But again, watch it if you're curious. Form your own opinion on it. But this one wasn't for me. Not completely terrible. Not even terrible at all. It just wasn't in my wheelhouse, my bag. But anyway, here goes the back here if you guys want to see what it's about. And then there goes the special features as well. All right, let's pop this open. It does come with digital copy. Now, this is another one. I don't remember if this was already redeemed or not. But if you're curious about it, try it. Try redeeming it. I may have given it to my niece. I don't know. I'm not too completely sure yet. Anyway, here you go. All right. And then here goes the DVD on this side. Blu-ray on this side, which is kind of semi-reflective. That's the usual Universal. Here, look. For everybody that wanted a room tour. A room tour. There's one coming. Trust me. Anyway. Here goes the front, back, and spine for Second Act. And this one is out now from Universal Studios Home Entertainment. All right. Thank you guys so much for putting up with me for 40-something minutes or so. Again, thank you guys so much for checking out this video. If you've come this far, I just want to give you a big hug, man. Because it's a task. It really is. So I really do appreciate it if you've gotten this far. Thank you guys so much. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button, because I will be coming back with more videos. As always, there's already one that's going to be probably coming out tomorrow. So be on the lookout for that one. And then with all that being said, we will catch you next time.